Good morning, Afishiapa, and welcome to the AM News. My name is Denisia Pomaide. We begin from Parliament, where the Speaker of Parliament, Bagbin, has sparked speculation about his possible retention as Speaker as his term nears its expiration. Well, during a visit by the National Democratic Congress's Professional Forum on Saturday, Mr. Bagbin expressed concerns about the re-collation of some parliamentary election results. He made a firm declaration that candidates whose victories were based on the re-collation process may not be eligible to be sworn in by him on 6 January 2025.
To become a member of parliament, you have to be elected by the voter. And you have to be declared by the electoral commission. But you have to be sworn in by the speaker. Until you are sworn in by the speaker, you remain MPselect. So I was very clear in my mind that some of those re-collation declarations were completely now and void ab initio. They were unknown to the law. And so they were not properly so-called MPs-elect. I'm not qualified to be sworn in by you. My back was here. We had those discussions, but I told them they were all surprised. I said, yes, I'm the gatekeeper. The right thing must be done for us to be able to reset Ghana. And so, this re-collation, I tell you, is going to do more than what I have done.
Our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, Kweku Asante, has been sharing some insight into the Speaker's comments.
The Speaker of Parliament has taken a position that these four persons, or some of these persons who were declared by way of re-collation, and we know that the issue said they were re-collating nine constituencies. They've done 7 so far. The Supreme Court has set aside 4. The Speaker says those persons will not be recognized. And that will mean that the Speaker is getting certain inclination that he will be put up by the NDC as the Speaker for the 9th Parliament. If you look at the standing orders, it says that whoever is to be proposed to be Speaker will have to write to the clerk and approve of that nomination. And so, given that it's barely 9 days for Parliament to reconvene for the election of a new Speaker on the 5th January 2025, one will be thinking by now that the Speaker of Parliament may have been informed either by the President-elect or certain high guns in the NDC that they will not nominate another person to take over from him as Speaker. At this same event that he made these comments, the NDC Professionals Forum also backed him and did say that they expected that he will be renominated for the speakership position. As to whether or not the Speaker of Parliament can do what he's saying, if you look at the standing order, it says that the clerk to Parliament will preside over the election of the Speaker. And so these 274 as of now who have been pronounced elected will go to Parliament on the 6th of January. They will elect a new Speaker. The Speaker of Parliament will then be sworn in on the midnight of 7 January. And then he, the Speaker, will in turn swear in these new members. And so while the Speaker of Parliament he is the one before whom the oath of MPselect will be taken, it will stand to reason that the Speaker of Parliament said that this and that person, because he believed that they were not validly elected, he will not allow them to take the oath of office. And we'll see that on the 7th of January.
But these MPs will be part of the 270.
Away from Parliament, the Ada Community Chiefs Association is asking President-elect John Dramani Mahama to immediately address fresh escalating tensions over a salt mining concession in the Songor Lagoon. This follows a violent clash on December 23, 2024 at Bonikofe in the Ada East District, which left 2 middle-aged men critically injured, while the chiefs have condemned the attack, labeling it as a politically motivated attempt aimed at tarnishing Electrochem Ghana Limited's reputation to jeopardize continuity of its lease agreement with the incoming administration. Carlos Coloni reports. That's a rather disturbing story there. But moving on, some residents of Elmina in the central region are protesting a mining lease granted to a private developer by their traditional leaders. Well, the demonstrators dressed in red and holding placards are demanding accountability from their traditional leaders. They argue that the lease was granted without consulting the community. Central Region correspondent Eric Asante reports from Elmina.
Clad in red and holding placards with messages like "We want our salt," "Give us what is due us," and "Don't sell Elmina." These residents of Elmina marched through the principal street to express their displeasure. The group claims the traditional council has failed to involve the community in decisions regarding the lease of their salt mining lands. John Quason, known as Manuma, the leader of the demonstrators, spoke passionately about their concerns.
I had now for answer. Never told one put in China. I am Fabako, and Chini won't win. If you do a sia, Nana could know with him. I'm going time for me. Now, but you want to ask them in Chino or Yanaza. If you feed Nabella or Yanchino or Yanaza, it's everything and some trial. I one Mayaka, young 24, when you know what I said, what you might go for no. Young brother, you want to bear Basabasa. But your father, a guardian channel, so Australia. So yeah, no. That yet no one said, and that ought to no one said that. Nana, or you got one out of there, and Chino and therefore you could not answer. Adinayan and Chino.
However, the traditional leaders of the area have dismissed the claims. Nana Inkwando IV, Adonti Hini of the Edna Traditional Council, described the protest as a calculated effort to tarnish the image of the council.
Demonstration, why what next? If a petition, I was a wakajenchen, and other one the baby other. It's an action in nullity. You're a kankasa. So Obama it's no former. And she be a we fear her while call with a very positive message. And she know some a cool a baby bassa or tea. No mum, yan sham on why you know. Now, a sabona wepian, yan fado. And that traditional council, Bijina Oye Nana Kojokundia, na name. They have to suffer Oye them concern citizens, a remina citizency, but to suffer one. One brand ain't in a form. They ain't show one in channel, the fire by. Mossy, obey, send trap, work a day, in fee,
The protesters, however, insist their demand for transparency and accountability will still continue.
Someone paying for what I didn't know. What can I tell me? No, what catch that some paying for what to keep going. What can you want to pass? But the bit I am paying for that, no shy, no say, you be on that a 20 year. That's a what can I? Oh, yeah.
For Joy News, my name is Eric Asante, Elmina.
And still in the central region, parents of children with special needs have been urged to seek support to help their children achieve their potential rather than abandon them. Well, the Challenge Children Foundation, an NGO in the central region, has highlighted that many parents neglect their children due to stigma and the challenges of caregiving. Founder of the organization, Rachel Adjoto Adom, wants a more robust intervention to provide children with special needs access to quality and affordable health care and education. There's more in this report by Abdullah Usman.
Every year, the organization put together a party for mothers or children with special needs. The children and their mothers are engaged in games and are also given special packages. Founder of the foundation, Rachel Ajatuadum, urged mothers of children with special needs not to despair, but seek support to ensure that the children are well catered for.
Most mothers that I encounter were depressed and worried because their husbands have left, their families have neglected them. But now, by the grace of God, we have empowered them and they are working. Some have encouraged themselves to accept the children. And also, some of the children are in school. We have a special teenager mother who has a child with all limbs, with all legs. But now the baby, we are taking care of the baby. And the teenager mother is learning a trade. And I'm so happy that this lady was depressed. But now she's lovely. She's easy to have fun with. Sometimes we try to understand because the needs of the children are cumbersome. It's not easy to take up a special needs child, but let us embrace it. It's not easy. Let's accept them as one of our regular children.
She appealed for support to help cater for the children.
Please, on behalf of special needs families and children, we plead to the government and stakeholders to come to our aid, especially in education and health. We know that some of the policies they are working, but they are not enough. Most of our children go to the health sector and we have to pay for other services being rendered. So we pray that policies will be written and it will be implemented for us. We want it to be practically done. When children are on admission with special needs, you have to call on friends and families. We pray that government will lessen the burden by putting all these children on health insurance and with education too. We pray that more teachers will be trained in special ways so that our children will be loved and cared for. Children who find themselves in regular schools will not be neglected or rejected.
Founder of the Mami Fuakit Foundation explains why they decided to support the children.
Issues like this, we go to orphanages, but we haven't been with people living with physical challenges or something. So we decided to come here. We selected this place because I felt when I saw some of the pictures, I was just touched. I just couldn't. I was touched, and so we decided to come here and just party and marry with the children here.
One of the children with special needs made an appeal to government.
I am in the person of Cornelius Kwabena Dramina Adom, and I am appealing to government and all stakeholders to assist all children and persons with special needs and in schools, social gatherings in Ghana. I am a musician and I want the government to promote my music to all the countries and help my friends with talent to promote them. Thank you.
Let me share with you an inspiring story. After enduring an abusive relationship for 15 years, Irene Edu has opened up about the trauma she faced, losing her self-esteem and confidence. She now stands alongside other women who have overcome depression and various mental health challenges to inspire and empower those still struggling to break free. There's more in this report by Adobia Asare.
An annual gathering by Emerge New Woman, an organization dedicated to supporting women through mental wellness programs such as psychoeducation, therapeutic interventions, and advisory services. Survivors of abuse shared their journeys of resilience. Irene, who narrowly escaped losing her life due to persistent physical abuse, stressed the importance of seeking help during challenging times.
So I was in a relationship, a very toxic relationship. And I had 2 kids out of the relationship. He abuses me verbally and why shani pay and then obrum sukano. So it was difficult. Sometimes you want to come out of the relationship. You get out and then he tells you you would come back. I don't know what happened. He so beat me I fainted. I had my asthma triggered, and I think he realized that either I was going to die or something. He left the house, opened the door, and then opened the gates and then drove off to let them know that you are not alone. It's okay to be there, and then to always seek help.
Rachel Donko, a reformed drug addict, recounted her struggles with addiction and expressed heartfelt gratitude to Emerge New Woman for guiding her through her transformation.
I thank Emerge New Woman for giving me hope when I have lost hope, for giving me life, that when I gave up on myself, they didn't give up on me. I came here today to thank them for all that. I was an addict. I was an active addict. I was into drugs before I met Emerge New Woman in 2022, and they've really transformed my life. And today, I stand here to testify, and I thank them for giving me such an opportunity that no one can take it away from me.
Feminist and broadcast journalist Gifty Auntie urged women to forgive themselves for past mistakes and focus on becoming the best versions of themselves.
You've got something, woman. Oh, yes. Be it beauty, be it money, be it a voice, be it whatever it is, use it. God used Rahab the prostitute. He used the woman by the well. She was not really classified as a prostitute, but she was in her own class. Right. She was told that even the man you are with is not your husband. Right. And you know what she did? She ran to town. She was not ashamed. Because what matters most is your next, not your past.
Lady May, the founder of Emerge New Woman, shared her motivation for establishing the initiative, encouraging women to take bold steps forward and refuse to live in self-pity.
Renewed Woman was started after my own experience. When I was going through my challenging times, one thing stood out for me. I realized that there were times you could not share what you're going through. Other times it felt like you were alone. And so once I emerged out of my situation, I said to myself, no woman should be allowed to struggle by themselves. And that is why I came up with the Renewed Woman. Without action, nothing changes. And so if we want true transformation, if we want to see things move, if we want to release ourselves of entanglement and this feeling of being stuck and so on and so forth, then the only way out is to take action.
This year's theme, Realigned, emphasized the importance of speaking up and seeking support as a pathway to personal growth and empowerment. Adobia Sari's report read to you.
And that's it for AM News. But it certainly isn't the end of the show, because Sweetie Abochi will keep you company till 10 a.m. My name is Denise Apomaide. Afi Shapa, and have a lovely day.